Oh boy, what a great way to start. Great way to start. Welcome back. Great way to start. That was a good burp too. Let me see. Can you hear how much can you hear this? I purposely made noise. Is that better? How does this sound? Let's find out. Hi. Are you cursed with wisdom? Have you ever been surrounded by people and thought, how stupid can you possibly be? And then they show you, and you think, oh my, then this might be the spot for you. So sit back, relax, and join the rest of us here at America's Most Unwanted. Welcome back. We've been gone for a week because somebody had work engagements
Life.
to do. Life, whatever you want to call it.
Listen, it took me 3 times to get on here.
Third time's a charm. But yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. Alongside the always fabulous Cynthia Macy, I am your well-carbonated host, Eric Heiner. If you were offended by the intro, just wait for the rest of the program. So,
Oh my God, it's so funny.
but welcome. How was your holiday weekend?
It was good. I had a 4-day weekend, so it was
Oh.
nice. It was a nice reset. It was relaxing.
And
I
how
didn't-
was it going back today?
Slightly. It was tough.
Slightly less relaxing. I just
Yeah.
had a regular weekend. I worked Friday, I worked yesterday.
Yuck.
But nobody was really at work yesterday, like the office people. That's what I told you. Like, I actually got things accomplished because I didn't have
Nobody was there.
people muddying the water.
Right.
So it was nice. It was a good time. So I'll use my actual time off for when they're all there.
Right.
So be like, when do you guys work the most? Then great. That's when I'm taking my time off.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to be around you.
Smart.
Do you want to tell the people the name of this episode?
I don't know. What is the name of the episode?
How stupid can stupid get?
Yeah. How stupid can stupid get?
That was the name of the episode. That wasn't an insult I was flinging. So,
Yes.
but before we get into that fun, I'm
Mhm.
looking outside to see if we're getting leaf blower anytime soon. Not the kind of blower I'm looking for.
Right.
So we have some, usual cleanup duties to do here. So last episode we talked about sponsors. Was it last episode?
Yes.
I don't remember. Anyway.
Yes.
So you wanted Trojan condoms,
Mhm.
which I was fine. I'm fine with condoms. I just don't know why they selected Trojans. But I thought of some other sponsors I think would be good for us.
Okay.
So 2 of these, so I have 4 written down here. 2 of these are legit things, and the
Okay.
other ones are general. I'll take anything in either one of these other 2 fields. But one is I would love to have Major League Baseball, MLB TV sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to pay for it anymore. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
And then YouTube TV. Because
You're always on it.
certain game. Well, no, I'm always on YouTube, but YouTube TV
Mm-hmm.
is great, which I also have and pay for. But YouTube TV, so when the Phillies get blacked out
Mm-hmm.
and I can't watch it on MLB TV, I can still watch the game on my YouTube TV.
Okay.
And then when the MLB app on the TV says, I'm sorry, you can't watch the Yankees. And then I turn on the iPad and watch it and then go back to the TV and it goes, oh yeah, no, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm telling you, these things got you coming and going. All these apps. It's really aggravating to the regular folk like my parents, who don't have all this stuff. That
here comes the technology rant.
just want to watch the baseball game or watch, football. Like they put it on all this stuff where normal people can't watch if they don't have it.
Did you see what everything NFL is going to be on this next season coming up?
No.
So YouTube TV has Sunday NFL Ticket, but then they also have one game is going to be on Netflix.
Okay.
And then there's a couple of, then there's Amazon has Thursday Night Football. They're all over the place. So yeah, it's
getting ridiculous. So you have to pay for 50 different things just to see, this on this and this. Like this is how everybody thought that, the streaming was going to be the way to go. Screw the cable company. No, now we're getting screwed on this. So
yeah, we all left cable because cable was too expensive, and now we spend more on
apps
than we do on the cable in the first place. But
right.
I can't take cable in my pocket, can I, and watch it while I'm driving. So there's that.
So you're one of those people.
Well, I'm usually in traffic. So.
So what was the fourth?
Well, the other two. So one is coffee.
Coffee.
I'll take it to any coffee sponsor. I'll take Folgers. I don't care.
Okay.
But I'll take some free coffee and cigars. Any cigar sponsors, give us a like, send a message.
Right.
So those are my sponsors. I would like right now. I'm sure I'll think of some other ones. Any chocolate company.
Here's the difference between your sponsors and my sponsors. And why do my sponsors make me look like I'm some kind of I'm out there? You're like MLB, YouTube TV, coffee, cigar. Here's me, condoms.
You want condoms? I want coffee and TV.
For no reason, but that was just because of what our topics are about and what this show is about. Well, not for my personal anything.
You also wanted some knob.
I want some Knob Creek,
Creek.
Which I'm drinking tonight. But what I'm saying is like I'm not trying to put it out there like this girl wants, a lifetime supply of condoms because she's out there. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Whatever it is it is. You want to get some booze and some condoms. I'm like, hey man, I just want to have a cigar with a nice cup of coffee and watch a baseball game.
Right.
Okay? That's all.
Oh man.
All American boy here, all right? I'm Donnie Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that part. Two other quick things here for you. So Bumble, the online dating app, what was the big sell of Bumble? Do you recall?
I think it's where women can be the first to message a guy.
Yeah, so that was the whole premise of it to begin with, right? The woman makes the first move, right? You both match,
right?
But a guy can't just start, inundating a woman with messages. She has to make the first call,
right?
Which I thought was good in a few areas, right? It seemed a little safer for women, right? You could really initiate with who you really want. I mean, you already matched, but you could initiate the conversation and start it off how you wanted it.
Well, yeah, because sometimes you swipe by accident.
Yeah.
You're like, whoops, I didn't want that guy.
Like, fuck.
It went to the right. Whoopsie, didn't want that one. But and then they're like, oh, you matched. And you're like, shit.
Yeah. Shit. This of all people? This
I know, this guy. Yeah.
Son of a match we have somebody good. But it was also it was a little bit of safety, and then on the guy end, at least I to me it seemed like, okay, I know that you're definitely interested, right? It wasn't just an accidental swipe. It wasn't just a I'm bored swiping, right?
Yeah.
Those birds, you got the birds today. So
can you hear my birds?
Yeah. So it seemed a little safer.
Okay.
Bumble has recently gotten rid of that option.
Oh. Okay.
And do you know why they got rid of that option?
No.
Not because men complaining, but because the women said that it was too much of a challenge and too difficult to begin conversations.
Well, then you're a fucking idiot.
Again, I think this might have been episode 1 or 2, but somewhere we're talking about communication, and we talked about women.
Why is this hard?
Who are like, I want somebody who's a good communicator, and their first messages to you are always, "Hey, wow, what great communication. I could feel your interest through the screen. Hey, yeah." So an entire app designed around women being able to make the first move
Yeah.
is now out the window because making the first move is too difficult and too challenging. So
Who
mazel
are
tov to
who are
your
these people?
that's your gender on this one, right? That's going in the book. That's on you on this one. And then I did want to get your take
I
on
don't
this
understand
other
what
thing.
is so hard about that. Like if I match with somebody and it's my responsibility to start the conversation, what is so hard about that? Hey, so and so, how are you today? There's the
That
start.
it's not difficult at all, but
But who are these women is the question. Who are these women?
I don't know. I was going to do this episode on the ick, and we were just going to go over the icks women get.
No.
I hate when guys
Because
have
you know
birthdays.
you know that fires me up. I
I
hate
know,
that shit.
but there you go.
These
This is
it
your.
has to be these 20-year-olds. It has to be.
I think it's a horrible combination of 20-year-olds and people probably a little bit older than us who are like back in the dating
That
pool.
it's not my age. It's not my age because I know that I have started conversations before, no problem. Like
Well,
it's not even a thought.
well,
But
it's
you have
somebody.
these 20-year-olds who are, like you said, with all the ick for having men having a birthday and whatever else you have that I don't even want you to talk about because it's going to get me aggravated. It has
I'm
to be
icked out by
those.
guys that have moms.
Yeah. Oh my God. It has to be those dumbass women. It has to be.
I'm just saying they've changed, and that's the reason they've changed.
Well,
So,
you had to change a whole dating app
mm-hmm.
because it's too difficult to start a conversation that tells you everything you need to know. And why do you want to go out with anybody like that to begin with?
Bumble created by a woman, also, by the way. So this was
Lord.
legit. A woman created a dating app to help women and like keep them, a little bit safer from just random flying dick pics.
I feel my blood pressure already rising.
She had to change it because you guys couldn't just say, "Hey,
Hi.
person, how
Hi,
are you?
Steven.
How's
How are
your
you
day?
today?
How was your
Exactly.
weekend?"
Exactly.
That's
I
too
know. It's
hard.
too hard.
He should have to do it. "Hey, female, how are you? How was your day? Who the fuck is this creep?" Okay, great. I hope you like cats, bitch. Dumb bitches like dumb things. I don't know. So,
Lord.
one other thing I wanted to get
Jesus
your
needs to
take.
take the wheel tonight because I'm telling
Yeah,
you what,
well,
I already feel the heat. I already feel it. Like it's starting. You're
heat's
getting
coming.
me. You do this on purpose, I think.
I'm a pitcher. You're crowding the plate. I'm throwing some heat inside. You need to
Mm-hmm.
back up. I'll fucking plunk your ass. So the other one I wanted to get your take on here was the men and bears.
Oh, this fucking thing.
What's your exactly? That's all we need to say. This fucking guy. This fucking thing. Yeah. So
what was it like? Would you rather see a
they
man or a
asked all these
bear in the
women, and they were
woods?
in the woods.
Yes.
What would they rather encounter? A man or a bear?
Neither.
Well, you got
Neither.
to pick one.
I'm assuming you're by yourself, right? You're not with anybody. You're walking in the woods by yourself.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about me. No, I was like, Salem's right here. But...
I would say I don't know. It's just the dumbest fucking question ever. I've been in the woods and encountered a bear, so I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I mean, so the majority of these women were selecting
Probably
bears.
say bear. Yeah.
They were selecting bears because men are scary. Apparently, they're so scary you can't introduce yourself on dating apps. but
Well,
they've
I'm
selected
saying,
bears.
well, I mean, I understand it, but is this what we've come to? Like, seriously? This is the topics of conversations that people have. Would you rather meet a man or a bear in the woods? Which one's
Like
scarier?
these, I
Like, this
find it
is the topic
interesting
of
that this is what
conversations that we're
women talk
having. What the
about.
fuck? All I'm saying is, like, I get the point of it because, again, like, the conversations that I've had with men to make them understand, and I think I've had these conversations with you and other people that um women always got to be looking, you know, behind them or around them, and you always got to be aware of your surroundings because there are a lot of creeps out there. So if I'm walking in the woods and some guys, you know, I see him on a trail and he's by himself, you know, it hopefully there's some kind of facial expression beforehand, like a smile or like, you know, something that's a little reassuring that I'm not going to end up in a trunk or in buried somewhere in those woods. But that's what goes through your head. Like, I'm already preparing myself to fight this person off. Like, it's already in my head. Okay, what am I going to do if this guy like tries something? Like, that's what we think about constantly. And I've had these discussions with men all the time. Like, do you understand, like, this is constantly in our heads? Like, I could go to the grocery store or Target or whatever. I'm in the parking lot or I go walk somewhere, whatever. I go for a run. It's always in my head, like, all right, who am I going to have to just in case, like, this is what's going to happen. This is the plan. Like, it's terrible. So I get it. But at the same time, like, don't we have anything better to talk about?
I mean, usually when I'm on my walks or hikes, and you know, I'm by myself, and I encounter a female out there, I usually put my hands up, smile, and go, "I'm not a pervert." I don't. That may be making things worse. I don't know. I could probably just smile and keep walking. I don't know,
but I'm
see,
saying you kind of read that person as they're coming towards you.
yeah,
Most of the time, I have a look on my face like I am going to punch you in the face regardless. So most people don't make eye contact with me in that situation, and that's how I like it because then I'm not the asshole that ends up in the trunk. You want the person who's like, "Hi, how are you? Like, you know, everybody's awesome and nobody's gonna hurt me." Those are the bitches that end up in a trunk.
yeah. No, I mean, I think everybody should be aware and you know, cautious. That's how I think, and I understand it. It's just I feel like some of these women have never seen National Geographic. Bears are fucking scary. So
Yes, but I mean I get it, but I just again I just think it's like guy shaming a little. No,
oh, it's 1,000,000% guy shaming.
like
Everything, all of this stuff. The
it's
ick
making
is
you
guy
guys look
shaming.
like real shit. And I mean, I'm all about, like, you know, being observant and stuff like that. But would I go so far as, I mean, that's why I didn't know how to answer that question. Like, I don't want to see both. I would like to just enjoy my walk and not have to worry about who I'm running into either way. But I mean, I don't know.
I don't want to see anybody. I don't
I
want to
don't
see
want to see
people.
anybody
I don't want to see
either.
bears. I don't want to see deer. I
That's
get
what I'm
pissed
saying.
when I
Like,
see
I don't want to
squirrels. I'm like,
see either. Yeah. So
but no, I
that
understand it. But yeah, no, it's more like, you know, because, you know, men are the most dangerous thing to ever inhabit this planet. Even
I'm
though,
not saying men are the most dangerous thing. I'm just saying, like, there are some guys out there that are a little
yeah,
overboard or obsessive or some kind of creepy.
I would I would
I've dealt
say
with
the
it before.
same. I would say the same percentage of men that are dangerous and weird and creepy is the same percentage of women that are dangerous, weird, and creepy.
I feel like any woman who has a problem with a man, like, you know, in that kind of sense, has had something happen in her, like something has happened to her by
Yeah,
somebody to
yeah,
make
some
her think that
trauma.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that has shit like that has happened to me on numerous occasions. And so that's why I'm always aware of surrounding or who I'm talking to or dealing with because I'm, you know, you're just a little more heightened in the
But that's
senses.
but that's completely understandable. Whether it's a man versus bear in the woods, or just life in general. I understand those people who have any kind of past trauma like that, male or female,
Right.
who are super cautious. I understand that, and I understand it. I respect it, and I want to say you understand it. You know why they have it. I understand it. But some of it, but then the media gets all the stuff, and then it gets
Well,
then
yeah,
it becomes
then it
a
gets
thing where women can't go, oh no, I totally rather ran into a guy, because then you're just, what is wrong with you, Susan? How can you say that? Well, Becky, fuck you.
That's what I'm saying. It's so stupid. Like,
You're so brave for wearing that dress out tonight. I can never wear open-toed shoes with those feet. Passive aggressive. So yeah, so that's that. Before I get you fired up on other stuff, I just want to say it is 6:45. The sun is still shining. So you know what that means. Goodbye, seasonal depression. Hello, regular depression. Thank God for that.
Anywho,
somebody asked me the last place I flew. I said, right off the fucking handle. There's a flight leaving another hour. You want to go?
who asked you when the last time you flew?
At work.
Oh.
Eric, when's the last time you flew somewhere? Right off the fucking handle. About an hour ago. There's another flight going. You'll be right on it.
We're way off topic.
They're all topics. Everything's topics.
I know, but we're not talking about our topic.
Oh, stupid people? Well,
yeah.
I mean, we touched on it a little bit here.
Yeah, we're touching
with women who can't say hello.
Hello to a man.
I want them to message me first, but not in the woods. A bear can message me first, but not a man.
Lord help us.
Tell us about your trip to, where were you, the grocery store today?
No, I was not at the grocery store today.
Where was this one? I was going to say, you don't have good luck at grocery stores.
I stopped at a Dollar Tree.
Oh.
On my lunch. Okay. And I have to I just don't understand people. I really don't.
I thought of another sponsor. I'll say that when you're done with your story.
So I'm in checkout, okay? And I hear this screaming child having a tantrum, okay, outside. And now this child proceeds to come inside this, into the building. Mom picks up this kid. Okay, let me back up. Mom takes the kid out of the car, opens the door to the Dollar Tree, drops the kid off inside the door, and leaves the kid there and turns around and gets back in the car that's parked out front. Now, This kid is having a fit. This kid is probably 4 years old max. Okay. And I'm like, everybody in line turned and looked at this kid because it was screaming so bad and having a fit. And we're like, you just leave a kid in the entryway and walk out?
Very gender neutral of you, by the way. You said it. So.
Yeah. So we're all getting flustered because of how loud this kid is, and the mother just walked out. And I then realized that dad was in the aisle next to me, and he's like, hold on, I'm coming, right? And the kid's freaking out, screaming, crying. I was like, oh my, it was so bad that everybody was uncomfortable. Nobody knew what to do, do something with this kid. So they're checking him out, and then he grabs the kid and walks it to the back of the store. And I'm like, I walk out of the store. I'm so angry. I'm like, who does this? Right? That I walk out. Here, mom is in the back of the 4Runner eating her lunch. And I straight look at her and I was like, there's a thing called birth control. Use it. And walked away. If you're going to leave a kid, yeah, we don't want another one. Let's not do another one. Okay. Let's not do round 2. and do this all over again with, kid number 2. Who walks into a store with a screaming child having a fit beyond fits and just drops it off and turns around, walks out of the store, and gets back in the car? I was like, what? Only in Edwardsville.
I mean, Whoppers get cold quick. You got to get on those. You cannot wait. Well, it's I've said it many times before, and I told you before as well about this story, right? It is first person syndrome, right? Or main character syndrome. This is all their show. Your side characters, your background characters. It doesn't matter. Dad was in there. Dad will take care of him. Your father's.
But Dad doesn't do anything either. Like, nobody does anything with these kids. When these kids are having a fit or a tantrum, what any normal parent would do is take that kid right outside, back outside. You're disrupting everything. No matter if it's a restaurant, a store, fucking Target, Walmart, fucking church, whatever. Take your kids outside. No one wants to listen to that. I mean, it was so bad. The whole store stopped. We all stopped at the same time and just looked like, is anybody going to take care of this? You just let a screaming child just stand there. And then Dad walked over and just like, let's go. And the kid's still screaming. Like, do something.
Did they stay in the store?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So they're just continuing some shopping.
And I was just like, if this was my parents, first of all, this would have never happened. Because we were always told before we even walked in a store. And I mean, granted the kid's 4 years old and doesn't know any better. I get it. But first of all, 4-year-olds weren't even allowed. When we were that young, you weren't even going in the store. That wasn't happening. And then when we were old enough, you weren't allowed to look at anything, touch anything. Don't even talk. Just don't even talk.
You're not getting anything, so don't ask.
You just followed your parents. You went in, you came out, you got back in the car, and you went home. Not these kids. No. These kids are friggin' wild.
Well, I went in, but I was basically like a walking, shopping cart for my mom. Hold this.
But but I'm just saying, like, if you had a fit, my parents would have killed me.
Yeah, because I told you, they don't care anymore.
Nobody cares. Let's just have your kid have a screaming fit on the floor where I have to step over your kid because you can't take control over your child. No, you're on the stupid list. Sorry. And here's the other thing. Why don't you have 4 more while you're at it too?
This segment brought to you by Plan B.
I'm just saying, like, be a little. This is the whole topic, why this topic is the topic of conversation, because I feel like nobody is being they're just not being aware of their surroundings and of other people, right? Like, everybody just seems to be acting a fool or doing their thing and just not paying attention to the people around them that are trying to get through, trying to park their car, just trying to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have all these people that are just oblivious and just don't pay attention to the people around them when they are either causing a problem, causing a scene, or whatever.
These people are, and it's not that they're not aware or they're oblivious. These people are all my absolute least favorite thing for people, for this species. They're willfully ignorant.
Yes.
They know, and they know better. They just don't care. It doesn't matter. But here's the thing.
Do you think it's
going on with your day and your life doesn't mean anything to them?
But do you think that's how people are raised? Because I wasn't raised like that. Because I'm telling you, my parents would have slapped the shit out of me. But I just feel like, do you think like these people just are raised like that and just, the shit just trickles down? Like, one asshole just breeds another asshole?
Well, assholes breed assholes. So, I mean, because this is like, so when Brooke was learning to drive, and even before that, like when we would be in the car, I'd always tell her, like, one of the main rules of driving, and this wasn't from me, but other people around you. When you drive like an asshole, you have to drive like an asshole, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, blows by you or, swerving in and out of traffic and they almost fucking hit you or somebody else, do whatever because they want to get a car length ahead of you. They have to continue to drive like an asshole because they got to get away. They can't do all these maneuvers like they're fucking Dale Earnhardt to get to the red light so you can pull up next to them and be like, the fuck you doing? So when you drive like an asshole, you have to drive like an asshole. You have to continue that. Because again, me and my life and my time and everybody else's life and time doesn't matter, right? You got to get to Chuck E. Cheese so you can inappropriate look at children. I get it, perv. All right? But they'll still fucking be there. Just relax.
Oh my God.
The same with everybody else, though. And for some of these people, I do agree that assholes breed assholes. Right?
Absolutely.
It's like, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Idiocracy. It's the funniest and scariest movie I've ever seen in my life because it's 1,000,000% true. The beginning of the movie starts off with spoilers. The beginning of the movie starts off with like this intelligent couple having a discussion and be like, we're waiting to have a child until the time is right for this, that, and the other. And it just shows them in their life. It never gets there. The guy dies. She lives, blah, blah, blah. They never have children. And then it shows Bubba out there just boinking everything that fucking moves and just producing children.
Right.
Like his number that he added to the population is insane because he just doesn't know and doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, I'm out here for a good time, man. I'm all hopped up on fucking past Blue Ribbon. And then, impregnates Peggy Sue for the 15th time.
Right.
And then you have these two dumbasses who have 16 dumbass kids who then go on to have 48 dumbass kids who then go on to have 160 dumbass kids. Like that number increases. Meanwhile, the intelligent couple has one.
Right.
Which is technically a negative number because, two people have one kid. That's a negative person. Population growth. Or they have no children.
Right.
Because we're waiting for this, that, and the other. So they're doing things, the way they're being logical about things. They don't have children, and that it's in the show. And then this guy time warps into the future where just chaos reigns because everyone is just completely fucking incompetent. And every time I watch the movie, I'm like, we're not far off from that. We're pretty fucking close. But that's how it is. These idiots, stupid people produce stupid people. Right. Law of averages. One of these people is going to Harvard because they're going to be like, God damn, my family is morons. But for the most case,
but nobody wants to break the cycle, though. Nobody wants to.
They don't know what a cycle is. They think a cycle is what you hop on to go down to fucking Piggly Wiggly.
Nobody's looking at their family going, man, no, right? Just no. And I'm going to do better. I'm going to be better. This isn't how it's going to go. I'm stopping it here.
There are people out there like that, right? Law of averages, right? There are people who come from nothing, who come from, I don't want to say less educated, because there's less educated people who just don't have education, but they're still good people and they still do the right thing.
Right.
I'm talking about people who just come from straight dipshits.
Right.
Who just look at their family and go, was I stolen as a child?
Right.
Was I
left at the door here?
Yeah. Did somebody switch a name tag? How the fuck am I here with these people?
Exactly.
Like that percent. There are those people who look at their surroundings and their circumstances. There's people who, they come from, parents who are, have alcohol or substance abuse, and they go, I don't want to live this life.
Right.
And they break the cycle. But
right.
Unfortunately, there's a larger number of people who just go, well, that's life. Right. It's that welfare system. I'm going to be on welfare because my parents are on welfare, because their parents are on welfare and their parents were on welfare. Like, that's the only life they know.
But I'm just saying, like, I just feel like nobody wants to be better at anything anymore. Nobody wants to, like.
But for them, why be better? What is the benefit of being better? What is the benefit of being better? Living our lives? Is that better? Do we have nicer things? Do we have more money? Do we have more access to
It's
things?
not
Do we have
about
the ability to do more things?
but it's not about the
Yes.
things. I'm not talking about the things. I'm just talking about not being a dipshit and being aware of other people
They don't.
around you and how you it just amazes me when like I go out in public and I literally in a store and I'm just like I got to go home. I have to go home. I cannot be out here anymore because these people are driving me crazy because they just like you said they just don't give a shit.
They don't care. They don't care what you think. They don't care what the other person's think. They don't give a shit. I want to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to
Yeah,
do
but I'm
it
just saying
in
I don't
my
give a shit
body.
what
I do
people
what I
think.
want.
I don't care what people think. But at the
No,
same time, I'm
but
not
you'll still
trying
do
to
the right
like
thing in situations.
exactly.
They take it to the extreme. They to the extreme. They don't care in every situation.
God.
I don't care. It's me above all. It is me above all. They do not. They know what courtesy is. They know what manners are. They know the right thing to do. They just constantly choose to not do it. Think of the lady at fucking Hops and Barley's,
Hmm.
right? Grandma in the fucking hot pink shirt or whatever the fuck she had on.
The tube top.
It's the tube top. It's fucking 7 degrees outside, and this lady's in a fucking tube top.
That was sequenced.
Oh God, you're not helping the story. Thank you for the visual, but you really think she gives a shit what me and you think?
No.
Or the people who are the 20-something-year-olds that were around her think?
No.
She doesn't care.
No.
She doesn't care.
But that's
She's there to
but
get rocked and have a good time and hope one of these guys gets drunk enough and be like, "You want to go back to my place?"
but that's different. Like that's different sitting at a bar not caring, you think you look good and you don't care what anybody else thinks. That's different than being a complete asshole and disrupting somebody or just inconveniencing someone because you don't care. That's what I'm talking about.
I think there are different symptoms of the same problem, but again, and the story and what you're talking about, that's a you problem. That's a you problem. They don't care. They don't know who you are. They are never going to see you again. They don't care. You go, look at this. This is a shit parent doing a shitty job.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care what you think. They're never going to see you again. Your opinion is invalid to them. It doesn't matter. So the people just do what they want because they don't care. Because what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to say something to them?
Well, I had to like run my mouth a little bit because I was just like so aggravated that I was stop stop reproducing, people.
I'm just
saying,
stop what's the worst you're going to do? Period. Say something to them? They don't care.
I mean, maybe people would stop doing half the shit that they do if people did start saying something to people and stop biting their tongues all the time and worrying about, oh, if I offend somebody and oh my God, I'm not confrontational and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Like maybe people need to be told about themselves because they don't have a fucking clue.
So, I mean, that reel or whatever it was, short, whatever site it was, I sent you the other day, where the guy is talking and he legit, and he was like, what if the village is retarded? What do you think it's going to produce? And I'm sorry if you're offended by the word retarded, but.
Oh, well.
His words, not mine.
Right.
Kind of my words. But it's a factual statement, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, right, for me and you and anybody even close to our age, right, even a few years younger than us, the rules still applied. Who could basically whoop your ass, adult-wise, if you're out? Anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody, right?
Yeah.
Any one of our friends' parents had the green light. Any
right.
kind of elder in the community. If
right.
you are out acting a fool and they caught you acting a fool,
you were dead mean.
Other than like physical, like beating harm. But somebody come up and slap you in the ass, slap you in the face. Like, what are you doing?
And not only that, then not only are you have the green light for somebody else's parent or adult, right? But then the word gets back to your parent
Yeah.
that you were acting a fool, and then you get the double whammy. Then you're getting smacked around by your parents, so you're getting it twice.
Well, the worst is if they called your parents.
Well, yeah.
If they just gave it to them, you're like, oh shit, all right, I got to knock that off. Then that was one thing. If they did it and then called your parents, and you get home and be like, fucking Mr. Jenkins told me, you were like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a double whammy. Yeah.
First of all, fucking rat.
Right. But we all didn't act a fool, though.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. There were people everywhere that we had to be held accountable by.
Exactly.
Right? Everybody around there, all of our friends and the elders in the community. If we acted a fool, we were going to hear it or get it from them and or parents. Right?
Yes.
Either they're going to do something, or they're going to do something and tell our parents, or they're just going to tell
even our
parents,
teachers.
Right? Yeah, our teacher. Well, in mine, it's a tough case because my mom taught in the school district and knew all the fucking teachers anyway. The truant officer lived next door, and I was a paper boy to half of my teachers growing up, so I knew them anyway. I'm gonna tell your mom. Okay, tell them. Your paper's gonna be wet tomorrow. Good luck.
But I'm just saying, like, everybody had, like you said, everybody had the green light, from parents to other parents to teachers to whoever. They all had the green light.
The community.
My kid gets out of line.
Yeah.
Listen, you tell them, let them know, do what you got to do.
You see him doing something wrong.
Exactly.
Stop him from doing it. Right.
But nobody does that anymore. All these kids are running around like crazies.
The community raised us. Right.
I thank God every day I don't have kids, because my kids.
There's no more communities anymore. Because if I see some kid acting stupid, I can't do anything, kid. If I kind of fucking grab that kid or do something, I'm going to jail.
All right. But that's the problem. That's where it all went downhill. When everybody started like crying about, oh, we can't do this to our kids because blah, blah, blah. Listen, there's nothing wrong with us. None of us grew up to be psycho killers or anything like that. But these kids, for damn sure, are growing up to be some kind of crazy. For sure.
I told you.
If they're not already thieves or going around beating on people that you see all over the internet, all these kids beating on the elderly and shit like that. Do you think that shit would have flew when we were growing up? If my father ever found out that I hit an elderly person or beat on an elderly person, I would not be here today. No.
We would have. It would have been over.
Like, who are these parents? That's why I'm saying the shit runs downhill.
I'm amazed by the fact that parents, to a large, and again, right, I don't want to paint a broad brush, and I really do think it is a minority of parents.
And I'm saying you have more
behave this way.
You have more. You can talk more about this than I can because you have a child. I do not. So people are probably like, "Well, what the hell does she know? She doesn't even have kids." I have sisters. They have kids. I grew up. I was the oldest, so I grew up around a lot. We all didn't act like this. So that's where I'm coming from.
But it's the minority. But as always, right? The squeaky wheel gets the oil. The amount of parents who do not want to basically raise their children, right?
And why are you having them?
But then if somebody goes old school and tries to discipline these children, whether it's in the community, teachers, guidance counselors, police, whomever it happens to be, then they're immediately like, don't tell me how to raise my child. Don't do this to my child. Who are you to do that? It's like, well, you're not doing anything.
Right.
So somebody's somewhere else stood up and did what what should have been done a long time ago. Probably like that guy I yelled at the other day when I was like, I'll fucking beat you like your old man should have. But you can see I'm parking. Don't take my spot.
I'm just saying this is what we have to. Everybody's aggravated most of the time going out in public because nobody knows how to act. Because like I said, nobody's teaching anybody anything going, the younger generation, then the younger generation, then, generation after generation after generation. Now it went from, and I don't even know where it went downhill. Like I see some of these 20-year-olds, these are kids that we would have. Like these are our kids, these 20-year-olds. There is no way that my 20-year-old kid would be saying anything about ick or anything that's going on with these 20-year-olds right now acting stupid. This would not be my child. I'll tell you that right now, because my kid would be shit scared of me.
I'll put
And
it
that's
this
the
way.
problem. Like, none of these kids have the fear of God in them anymore. They're not afraid of their parents. They're not afraid of adults. They're like, fuck you. We don't care. Go fuck yourself. That would be the day that those words even came out of my mouth, because I wouldn't have teeth left. But nobody's doing it. They're, okay, go fuck yourself, mom. Okay. Okay. No, that's not okay. And nobody's doing anything. So here we are with a bunch of fucking shitbags, running around, acting stupid, doing whatever they want, and not caring, like you say. So now I just start saying shit to people. That's what I'm doing. Now I'm just like, you don't care? Guess what? Now I don't care. So now I'm going to say something. And I don't care if I offend you, you get angry, you get any kind of way about it. I don't care. You don't care? Neither do I. So let's do it.
I'm
Somebody's got to say
amazed that people
something.
shit. The amount of people who shit on sports for a variety of reasons, some good, some not. All the years that I played and all the years that I coached, and seeing other coaches and other sports teams, those kids never behaved that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like they understand. I think a lot of it comes down to
There's some kind of
structure
structure. Exactly.
and planning and having a group of people. Like most sports, coaches do what they have to do. Football is a little bit different as far as like yelling and screaming at kids. And if you're a coach who just yells or screams at kids to do it, you're a fucking shit coach and you should just leave. I only did it when you have to know who can handle what. But all the years I coached, my guys were never that way.
Mm-hmm.
And most players on other teams, male and female, never behaved that way.
Right.
Because they had structure. They understood working with other people. They had a honor system. They had a standards to live by that was given to them and coached up on. And for the majority of the years that I coached, I was super fortunate. I mean, almost all the years I coached, super fortunate that every one of our kids came from incredible families, but they all understood structure and they knew repercussions, that if they did something wrong, that there was something that was going to come at them, and they understood that, and we rarely had problems. And I think it's just, we've had a few generations now enough of kids who didn't have anything and didn't have anybody correct them or give a shit. And then society made it where other people couldn't do anything. And because, like I was saying earlier, stupid people produce more and more quickly than other people, that number just gets exponentially larger quicker, right? You got 10 people who don't give a shit and 2 people that do. The 2 people who give a shit have 2 kids. The 8 other people who don't give a shit have 20 kids, who then have 40 kids, who then have, so within a generation, I mean, I'm not even being, that off, so you have 10 people, 8 don't give a shit, 2 do. 3 generations after that, the 2 people who gave a shit, there's 20 of them all together, and the 8 people who didn't give a shit, there's 300 of them. Like, that's how you get to this quickly, is from people who don't care, just produce kids more quickly and more rapidly, who then they grew up in a situation where who gives a shit, don't work, Don't work hard. Don't try to do things. Don't just figure, being a con artist is our job. Work on that. And if somebody says something to you, who gives a shit? You're all entitled to everything. Nobody can touch you. Nobody can do anything. So, and then that's what you get. And then people like us who are raised a different way go, hey, man.
I just don't understand where this entitled mindset comes from either. Like who says that anybody's entitled to anything? Are you entitled to shit?
This is what society is.
Am I entitled to stuff? I'm not entitled. I am not entitled at all. Entitled to what? I work for everything I goddamn have.
Well, that's your fault. That's why they don't work.
I'm just saying, like, this wasn't supposed to be the kickoff of the topic. Was this? I just couldn't. I mean, everybody in this store, I really couldn't believe their eyes. You dropped off a baby.
Yeah.
In the store and walked out and left it there.
Because Dad was in there and she wanted to go eat her lunch in peace. She checked out for the day.
Yeah.
Or at least for there. She checked out. She's like, I'm going to eat my lunch. I've been dealing with this all day. You deal with it now.
I'm just saying there's just a lot of things like, when you go out in public or do your daily routine, like if you're going to the grocery store, the gas station, whatever you have to do, right? In your daily life. You're always living your life, right? You're always running into somebody doing something and you're just like, God damn, just get a fucking clue. Like, what are you doing? Like, did you ever just look at these people and go, what are you doing?
I look at most people. Well, out in public, at work. I'm just like, what are you doing? How did you get this far?
I know the people that are out there listening to us. I know everybody has a story. Like, you're just like either in your car or you're like, what in the fuck, man? Like, sometimes it's so mind-boggling that you're just like, is this actually happening right now? Like, you're questioning yourself and you're looking around and you're going,
am I crazy?
Is this really happening right? Am I in the fucking Twilight Zone right now? Like, this is the shit that happens and you're just like, I don't understand. I don't understand people. Like, for instance, let me
don't care.
Let me give you for instance, okay? And I know whoever's listening, I know these things have happened to all of us at some point, or, but this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. For instance, like when I go to the grocery store, I love the people who get their cart, walk in the door and stop. Because they have to like find their coupons or their whatever in their purse or whatever. And you're standing there waiting to walk in the grocery store, but you can't because they're right there with their cart. Because they don't care that you're standing. You got 4 people behind you now. They don't care.
It's because it's, again, right? It's main character syndrome.
And it's the same thing on the way out. You leave the fucking grocery store and they stop in the freaking doorway with the cart looking for their keys or doing something. And you're lining up the people back. And I'm just like, I just don't I am not like that. I am very observant of my surrounding. I am not going to hold people up. People have places to go. People need to get back to work or wherever they're going. I'm not going to stand in a fucking doorway at a grocery store so I could back up 5 people. We're all going to stand here. You're all going to wait until I could find my keys to get into my car.
Because you don't matter. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Cow.
You don't matter. You are background characters in their show.
Jeez.
You don't matter. This is the world we live in now. Nobody matters. And again, what are you going to do? Say something to them?
And I
They
feel
don't. They don't care. They're gonna move on. They're gonna be like this bitch and get in their car, and then probably block you off or sit at a green light in front of you. I'm trying to find a song.
and listen, speaking of lights, I love the people too that run the red lights, right? In an intersection to make a turn or get across the intersection when now you have the green turn signal and you can go, but they're running the red light. I'm one of those people who come for you then. I'm one of those people that get on the gas while you're trying to cross over or because you're running a light. Yeah, I'm coming for you because you're stupid. Like, get a fucking clue. It's not your turn anymore.
It's all their turn. That's what you don't understand. It's all their turn. We all get mad at it. I get mad at it all the time. It's one of the reasons why I hate driving. But they don't care what you think. They don't care what you're doing.
There's just a lot of it's just a lot of things that just blow my mind, and it's just like, what are
This is the world we live in now.
Or you have like the self checkouts at like a CVS, right? And you're waiting to do your checkout, but everybody's done checking out and wants to stand, the whole family wants to stand there and have a conversation in front of the freaking thing, so you're standing there even longer waiting to use it because they're having a conversation, and you're just like, can you at least move over, like, I don't know, 5 feet to the right and move the fuck over so I could check out. It's just like, nobody thinks.
My favorite self-checkout is the people who go with a full shopping cart. Like the big shopping cart, full, who go to self-checkout. Like, no, I got a little basket. Let me get out of here. You go one of the cashiers. Go through an actual lane. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I had a whole list of stuff like that I actually thought about of like, I had different categories.
What do you have? Run it down.
I have my driving people, just stupid people in general.
You touched on driving people.
So. Well, we all know the people who, like to drive in the left-hand lane that don't need to be in the left-hand lane. They need to be in the right-hand lane, but they like to drive in that left-hand lane where they block you in. New
Jersey.
And you can't pass them, and they won't pass the person even though it's a passing lane. Yeah, those people are on the list of stupid people. People who don't know how to park their cars. They like to make their own spots. I've seen plenty of people around here just making their own spots. They, in a parking lot where there's actually parking spaces. No, they don't want to park there. They want to park where they want to park and turn off the car and leave it there and get out and go do their thing. That happens. Love that.
We live in a me society.
Yeah. I already checked off the running the lights.
What else you got? We're at 57 minutes. You got.
Oh, are we? Jeez.
Yeah.
Let me go down some of these because we touched on some stuff. Again, people that I'm not going to go down this technology conversation.
Oh Lord.
I'm not going to go down it. But I literally had a guy park his car, get out of the car on his phone, looking at the phone. I'm trying to pull in to this place, doesn't care, still looking at the phone as he's crossing in front of my car. There's no urgency to get out of my way when I'm trying to pull in. And I literally had to sit there and wait for him to pass me and walk into the store for me to like move my car. Like, I would never do that to somebody.
You can't keep judging everybody about how you would do things.
But I do, because I'm just like, I wouldn't do that. If I saw somebody trying to pull in off the road to get into a place, but I'm in the way because I'm too busy looking at whatever the hell I'm looking at on my phone, I would never do that.
Yeah. My brother at Angel at work has told me, he's like, you gotta stop gauging other people's work by how you work.
I guess.
And he's right. I expect people to do things and work how I do, not
Yeah.
by the
Yep.
horrible standards of fucking circle jerking that they do all day.
You're right. You're right. I think that's where.
But we base people behavior on our behavior. I wouldn't do that. I don't think that way. I wouldn't do that. I would do this. I wouldn't act like that. I wouldn't.
Right. You're right.
That's not how we would do things. This is how they do things, and this is how they obviously do not give a shit.
And we get
care.
aggravated, aggravated because the expectation is not met.
Yes. They didn't meet our expectation. This is how we would do things. They don't do it that way, so we get upset. They do things their own way, poorly, right? It's worth us getting aggravated for, but we get more aggravated not because of what they've done, but their reaction and reasons for doing it. They don't care. We get more upset that they did something and then didn't give a shit about it.
Right.
Than it happening in general. Kids having a freak out, yeah, welcome to Earth. Kids do that. But we were like, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't just drop our kid off in there and go back out and eat our fucking $5 foot long. But they don't care. They don't give a shit. It's an inconvenience to you. It's an annoyance to everybody else in there. Guess what? I don't care. And you know what else I don't care about? Your reaction to it and your feelings about it. They don't care. So we just get more upset.
So here's a question. Do you think that all of this stuff? Yeah, literally. Do you think, because here's my other thought, right?
Okay.
Do you think that all of this stuff that happens to aggravate either you or I, right, is like something that tests us, like our patience, our restraints, our anger management, whatever it is? Like, do you think it's a test to
I'm not in fucking school. I don't give a fuck about tests anymore.
No, I'm just saying, like where life is testing you for you to be a better person, even though you're not an asshole. Like, you're not one of those assholes.
I don't.
But is it like testing your patience? Like, where you're always like, oh God, I just give me patience today because I just cannot deal. And then something aggravates you as a test to like, well, here it is. Now learn how to deal and be patient with it. Like, do you think it's a life test? Because I think about that all the time. Like, is this like testing me because I fail every single time?
It's another reason why I'm not religious. I don't believe in fucking these test shit. I don't need to be tested for anything. I don't need to be tested to be a better person. Like, I've done my duty for king and country. Like, I've done everything that you're supposed to fucking do, and all I continually do is get kicked in the fucking dick. Like, I don't need to be tested anymore, especially by fucking do nothing dipshits who add nothing to fucking society. Like, if you removed all these people, oh my God, the world is worse. No, it's like work on Monday. Things worked a lot better and faster.
Right.
Like, these people just weigh shit down. You're not adding to society. You're not making things better. And if that offends people, I don't really give a fuck, because if you're in that camp, then fuck you. Stop. Like, this is the problem. We've allowed these fucking massive retards to just grow into a number that they just fuck everybody else up. And it's just gotten to a point where we go, well, that's just the way things are. Again, slavery was just the way things were in this country for a long time. Doesn't make it fucking right.
Right.
So all of us are at any point are welcome to go, enough is enough of this fucking shit. And fix it. But as long as we have enough crybabies who go out there and, everybody, they're just sensitive. They're just different. I don't care anymore. I don't fucking care. Of all the things I've been through in my life, I'm now supposed to kiss your ass.
And that's the other
Not
thing.
Happening.
Yes. The ass, the
I'm
kiss
not
ass
kissing anybody
people.
else's ass. Do you do better and be better? Why do I always have to fucking turn the other cheek?
Exactly.
Be the bigger person. If you always have to be the bigger person, you're with too many damn small people.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten to the point in the age, I'm just not going to do it anymore. If you don't like me for it, I really don't care. I don't care. I don't need more fucking friends.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, well, you gotta have enough people to carry a casket. I'm getting fucking cremated. I don't care. I could have a golden retriever do it. Okay. But we've just pussified this fucking society to a point. You can't do anything. You can't say anything. If you try to make things better, you're a fucking bigot in some direction to somebody. Apparently, I'm a fucking bigot to fucking incompetence. But this is where we're at now. If you're dumb, lazy, and stupid, you're given more things in life than hardworking, truthful, honest, competent people. That's a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
That's a punishment nowadays.
Yes.
And you wonder why you can't get more people in the workforce? Because they're tired of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because even when they then they go for work for a company who just tries to fucking nickel and dime you and screw you over. Mm. So I'm a good person and do my job. I get fucked at work. When I leave, I'm then fucked by imbeciles all over the place. Why am I constantly surrounded by fucking buffoonery? But that's every day. There's nowhere to go. I can't go to the supermarket. I can't get gas. I can't go like fucking, God forbid you go to Walmart after 11 in the morning.
Oh my God. I know, right?
You got a 3-hour window at Walmart.
I go to Walmart at 7 o'clock in the morning. If I need to go to Walmart, I will do anything and everything not to go to Walmart. But if I have to, I will get my ass up and be at that store for 7 a.m. and get in and get the fuck out of there.
I've been in Walmart, left, drove across the street to Target and bought something.
Yeah.
Oh, is this $2 more? It's fine.
Right. Oh man.
But
it's almost like I said, it's to the point where you just look. It almost feels like you don't belong. Do you know?
Wisdom, and competence is a curse now.
It's just you're literally standing. You could be at Walmart, literally stand there and look around you and go, "What the fuck is going on?"
Now you got me all fired up.
Yes.
I've had a good 2 days at work.
All I did was ask a question, like the whole do you think this is testing you? And off you went. It was great.
The only thing it's testing is my fucking nerves. That's the only thing it's fucking testing.
Yeah.
And I'm failing this bitch.
Well, listen, I fail every day when it comes to people and things working my nerve. Every day I fail.
I'll fucking go to jail.
But you are so right about what you said. I totally agree with that 100% with the whole expectation. What did your friend say?
But that I can't expect other people to work like I work.
Right. So, and that's anything. That's not just work. That's anything in life. Like you can't expect so-and-so to be like you would in this situation, or think like you, or do like you, or act like you, because you would do the right thing and they're not doing the right thing. And you're absolutely right. And I need to start looking at things like that, and maybe my blood pressure will go down.
We don't live our lives like degenerate scumbags, so we assume everybody else should, but they don't. They are out. They play the game better than we do it.
Yeah.
Like they are out for themselves. Like half these people don't give a shit about their families or their kids. I mean,
obviously, when you're leaving them in the fucking door somewhere.
But my beloved, police chase videos I love to watch on YouTube. Like these people, like they don't care about their fucking kids. They don't care about their families. They don't give a shit. They don't care. They're out for one person and one person only, and that is themselves. And that is because that is the world we have created. Not just America, it's everywhere. Everybody's in for themselves. This is one big Black Friday. This is Black Friday at fucking 5:01 in the morning when the doors open, right? Fuck you, Grandma. That's my TV. Get your own fucking toaster oven. What are you toasting? You're going to be dead in a week. You'll be lucky you make it to fucking Christmas, bitch. Like, that's the world we live in. I've worked enough Black Fridays. I know the straight chaos that goes on in those pits. You're like, Jesus Christ. Father O'Malley, fuck you. I told you I was getting these fucking bed cover sheets. You fucking prick.
And you're like clotheslining people.
Yeah.
Elbow to the jaw.
I think I saw that rabbi stab somebody.
Oh my God.
You know. So, like, that's the world we live in now. Everybody is out for themselves. It doesn't matter. And there's nothing you can do. People just don't care. Because what are you going to do to them? The worst thing you could do to them is physically assault them, which is also to them is the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
Because they're going to sue your ass and sue wherever it happened, and they're going to get more free money. So there's nothing you could do to them. Say something, they don't care. Do something, even better.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we're the only ones who get fucking mad. We're the only ones who get upset about it.
You're right. You're
stupid
right.
Produces stupid.
And you know who's stupid is me for.
We're the dumbest of them all.
Exactly.
We're the dumbest of it all.
Exactly.
It just wears on us every day.
Absolutely.
Again, that's why I work from home the majority of time, because I can't take the commute in and out. I can't take seeing people at work. I can't, I gotta go to the store after, whatever. Like, my interactions with humans has gotten to a point where I have made it purposely as minimal as possible.
Yeah.
Because I cannot take them for long stints of period. I told you I was the only person rooting for COVID. Like, oh wow, that's all it took out?
Right.
Shit. We bring the plague back or something? Let's fucking thin this herd out.
Yeah. But now I literally have to think of that whole statement now.
Yeah.
Because
can't expect people to work and live like we do. Because they don't. They're on their own things.
Well,
ain't gonna win.
On that note.
And on that note, hold on, I gotta drink 2 in the can. So, but hey, on the plus side,
I'm glad I got you fired up tonight. That's
some
good.
of my Amazon stuff showed up today. So
I'm waiting for stuff.
As I'm looking at it downstairs, I'm just glad the guy delivered it to the right door. Numbers are tricky. 32, 34, 40.
Yeah.
5th Street. They're all difficult to understand. I get it. So numbers are confusing.
Any words of wisdom?
Well, first of all, you get last word.
I get last word?
You get last word. I get words of wisdom. You get last word. So
okay.
what's your last word?
Okay, so my last word is stupid people are like glow sticks. I want to snap them and shake them until the light comes on. That's my last words. Yeah,
that light ain't never coming on, though.
Get a fucking clue, people.
You think you're breaking a glow stick. You just broke a piece of plastic that you'll need later on.
That's all I got.
That's yours. Yeah, I think I already said my words of wisdom. I'll use angels. You can't expect people to work or live like you do. So.
Yep. Agreed.
I'll tell you like I told my players. You know what my favorite kind of gum is? Fuck them. That's my favorite kind of gum. So. On that note.
Yes.
Thanks for joining everybody who's still left at mile marker 75. Get off the exits. If you leave a screaming child in a store, I will hunt you down.
Mm-hmm.
So, until next time.
See ya.
Good night, everybody. Well, that's it for today's episode, boys and girls. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell or whatever the hell the thing is that tells you that a new episode comes out. I don't know. So that you can listen to us bitch and moan and complain and use the worst profanities you've probably ever heard in your life. So enjoy the rest of the week. Have fun. And until next time, do I have an outro for this? Do we use an outro? No? Who cares? Have fun. Good luck.